Hello, everybody, and welcome back into the Middle Major SCA qualifiers. We are here with one of our last games, probably of the day, with Signature.Trust Dota 2 going up against the Mongols in a very important series. Signature.Trust, they needed to 2-0 to make sure they could get into the playoffs, have a top two spot along with TNC in Group A. Unfortunately, after a barn burner of a 60-minute game where Lakel's had top of the net worth on his Medusa, his famed Medusa, for the majority of the game, it does not turn out well for them, and they go down to the Mongols after being two sets of racks and tier 4s up. In an unbelievable set of circumstances, the Mongols were certainly not anywhere near being the favorites. They're already eliminated. They just want to play spoilers. Now, Signature.Trust, with their back against the wall, has to win this game to get to a tiebreaker against Execration, in which they won one earlier today, Nahaz. What a crazy set of circumstances to lead us here.
And it is gut check time for the Signature.Trust Dota 2 team. Their win condition in the last game, I thought they had plenty of room. Mongolz was unbelievably tight. They were simply a better team, and it is win or go home right here for Signature.Trust.
And, well, we talked a lot about the draft, the crazy choices that I think, well, maybe not crazy, but unexpected choices. Yeah, this is it. It was the CK for MyPro not having a great start, not having a particularly good performance in this game, and they're going to go for it again. Boombell died maybe 15 to 20 times, I feel like, on that IO. Probably not that much, at least, looking back on it, but still, was not a great performance from either of those players, but they are going to go for it again. They say, listen, if we can't win with this, then we can't win at all. We're going to pick it up, we're going to make it work against the Mongols, and we're going to go for it. Maybe it's as much as a deny pick as it is a pick that they want to use for themselves, but still, the question remains, why CK, why IO, why this early?
Wow.
I mean, IO, obviously, we know the answer to that question, but,
The Tide ban there is telling, right? Because exactly the same statistic that I gave for Tidehunter in the last game, that ridiculous win rate in long games, same thing happens for Beastmaster.
Yes.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we talk about the Medusa, we talk about the Anti-Mage, but it really was that Tidehunter Beastmaster getting those refresh orbs finally able to dictate the terms of engagement in those last couple of fights that ended up winning the game for Mongols.
We had said, what if they had picked up that refresh orb instead of the Aghanim except for the Tidehunter? I was like, listen, I'll get both of them. It's fine.
Yeah, it's cool.
And
game's going on in 20
and Beastmaster
minutes.
gets his double roar. That ended up, I think, it wasn't maybe the sole difference maker, those two items, but I think it had a big impact because of how important those abilities are in the late game. As the game progresses, we talked about the Slaughter's impact waning, the CK's impact waning. They just weren't doing the damage. They weren't getting the stuns off. They weren't getting the disables. It was all on Lakel's. Yeah. The Anti-Mage obviously being the other farmed hero for the Mongols, and he did a great job along with Sanka.
Yeah, I thought Sanka did a fairly good job. Eventually, again, you add to the two refresher orbs on the Tidehunter of the Beastmaster, the sheep stick that she was able to get up rather late.
Yeah.
Gave them just enough control. But again, Signature, recognizing the importance of that, is going to go into the line, give them a little bit more reliable lockdown than they had in the last game.
Yeah, and they did ban out the Medusa, so we won't see that for Lakel's. Another Lakel special, and the Spectre is up and available if they want it, but we'll wait and see if that's the case. I think that was the game that they did beat Execration, was game number 2 where they had the Medusa, I believe was how it went for them. So I wouldn't be shocked if either Mongols picks it for themselves here to deny it, or if Signature.Trust pick it up for themselves. But that's kind of greedy to a certain extent with the CKIO. I'm not sure, because you don't want to put the thing about the Medusa was that she could kind of withstand the pressure from the Tide, but if you pick a Spectre, then you're just going to get run at, I think, by the Mongols. That's what I would do anyways in that situation.
But that's why the Lion is there to act as sort of a little pressure release valve, a little bit stronger in the early game, a little bit more reliable range support than they had the previous setup.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I think that for you and me, at least for me, that's the big question: is what is Lakel's going to play? That's really what it comes down to. And a lot of these heroes that we saw in the previous game, previous series, are gone. No Slaughter, no Dusa, no Doom, no Tide, no Beastmaster, no Ench. Like all of those, we're going to see a completely new draft pretty much here.
It's hard to argue with that, given the level at which both these teams played in the first game of the series. Not surprising that they don't want to see a lot of the same heroes again.
Yeah, I mean, that was something we talked about. I was like, why don't you ban the Doom? Okay, so they banned the Doom. They finally did that the last series. They banned the Doom out, or at least at the beginning of this series. And then I'm like wondering, well, why is Beastmaster still getting played? They banned that out, and so there it is. And I was okay, well, let's ban out the Medusa as well. Let's get that out of there. So they finally make these decisions, and it's going to be maybe uncomfortable for one of these two teams, or maybe perhaps both, not playing with the heroes they're used to. Darkseer is going to be the next choice for the Mongols. I don't know if it would have gotten banned or if it was going to be picked by Signature.Trust. I think they could have gotten away with it a little bit later, but I like the idea of getting it early. I don't know. I think it provides the Iron Shell Earth Spirit is probably the best thing that you could do with it. I think early on in the game, and you can see the Darkseer Earth Spirit kind of aggressive dual lane coming and forming together, and you'll see him roam down there if he does go, or I guess up there if he decides to go off lane. But we'll wait and see how this lane's going to be. This laning phase is going to be set up for the Mongolz.
I have to believe that Signature is debating about Spectre right now, saying we know that we're going to be against that Darkseer. We know that we're going to have to buy a lot of regen for that hero, but with the Lion in the lane, is there enough of a sort of pressure release?
That's the question, isn't it?
Axe.
They're going to go
never mind.
and Axe.
Okay.
And, well, the thing is, we don't exactly know where this is going yet. I think there's a good chance it could go either way. It could go safe or off lane. And CK and I could also go in a different direction as well, but I think it's more than likely the same mid. Because, My Pro and Boombell did not do bad in the mid lane. They shut down the Quap. Quap had at 1.3 last hits, and against the 20, that was the CK, remember? He was shut down hard. So it's not like it worked out poorly in the mid lane. It just so happened to be that at the end of the game, it just didn't go well for them.
Now, we have a little bit of an interesting draft template here coming out from the Mongolz. Not often you see teams do this these days. Leave the two big cores for last. And really, do you have a lot of information?
I mean, I have no idea what they want to go for here. It's...
Well, you're definitely not going AM again.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you pull that out again. Especially, I think they did that just for the Medusa. They go for the Quap, which I think is fine.
Yeah.
Even if you get shut down again like you did mid, you have a clear understanding that you can come back. I mean, she knows that much because that's what happened last game. So they'll pick that up for Sanka probably. And this leaves the safe laner, presumably for the Mongolz and perhaps a safe laner or off laner for Signature.Trust. Lakel's hero. When you think of Lakel's, you don't think of Axe. You certainly don't think of CK, at least I don't. So you have to wonder, okay, well, what are they going to... That was a smart ban. I was thinking Jug might be the choice for them.
I really like... I think the last four bans for both are really, really good. And boy, Lifestealer is hard to argue with. This is a hero that has just come back in a big way. Axe, Lifestealer, that's how you know it's 687.
Yeah, well, the thing is, SEA, I haven't seen much of it. So they're taking some time getting used to Axe and Lifestealer, but they're finally catching on, it looks like.
Yeah, and this is a little bit of an interesting concept that Lifestealer actually may be a little better against Axe now.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I can see that. I think Lifestealer in general, especially with the Queen of Pain, the vehicle they've got, they have a Darkseer to put Iron Shell on top of the Lifestealer. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure how the interactions work with the pure damage for counter helix and all that.
It does pierce spell immunity, so yeah. Ooh, wow. Okay.
I like this. Okay, so it's my Pro playing the Wind Ranger.
Yes.
I like
This
that.
is going to be an offlane Axe.
So Lakel's is on the CK, and again, that's not like, it doesn't seem like a Lakel's hero, but I'm sure he can make it fit his playstyle. Wind Ranger feels a lot more like a My Pro hero than CK did, because, he likes Quap, he likes tempo controlling heroes. Wind Ranger has the ability to farm and be like a straight up, late game kind of carry-ish hero, but it's more about shackle shots.
This is going to be ridiculous, though. This is no longer the classic farm fest. Both Lifestealer and CK, these two heroes are
it's early fighting all over the place. Maybe we see some Midases from maybe CK, but I don't know if
what's
we do.
A Midas?
I think you get your armlet up as fast as you can, whoever can get it done first, and then you just start running at people. The Lifestealer has the added advantage of having the Quap on his team so that he can jump in and out wherever he so pleases. And the Nake's bombs are going to be something that Signature.Trust are going to have to be very wary of. So vision, very important. Laning phase, very important. I mean, everything in this game. Signature.Trust, they need this victory to move on into the tiebreakers, which, and we talked about this earlier, I'm not sure if this is the case, but it might be directly after this series.
Yeah, I would imagine it would be. And
yes.
I think that, you give Mongolz a lot of credit for coming into the series knowing that they're playing spoilers. That's all they're doing. But
a huge shout out to them. They've gained a fan for sure. And me, at the very least.
I mean, how do you? Yeah, what you had to do. That game one is an example of a kind of game that if you're in a pub, you're like sitting there like 45 minutes. You're like, I know how this game is going. I know that I do have a chance to win this game. And you're thinking to yourself, do I want to expend the mental energy?
Do I have to try hard enough? Do I have to
try
hard enough to do this right now? I mean, I could easily just sit back and just play half asleep and we would be done, and it might feel better over the long haul. But no, They went and they made a name for themselves.
Yeah, please don't say the word sleep again, though.
No, that's something I'm going to try to avoid. I am much more awake than I am yesterday, at the very least. Yesterday was very difficult at the tail end. It's actually
I heard you and Purge got a little bit silly.
Yeah, silly would be an understatement. I used this story already a couple of times, but Purge literally we just started. I was talking I don't know about the game, about Dota 2, like what was happening in the actual game, and he's just like, you know what I think is good. And I'm like, what? It's like Ironwood branches. I'm just like, and I'm like, what? And he's like, you know, if Ember Spirit had 1 or 2 more iron branches right now, this game would be great for him. It's like 20 minutes of the game. He has bots. He's got all of his slots filled up. He's not 6-slotted or anything, but like he's got an Aquila, he's got a poor man's shield, and I'm like, what are you talking about, man? The only thing I could say is like, yeah, man, they're super great value. He's like, yeah, they're such great value, 50 gold. I'm like,
GG branches, man.
that was the only time I've seen Purge really out of it. I've known Purge for a while, but that was pretty funny. So. We're not quite at that point in Haas, thankfully, and hopefully we'll get through this game without.
I think we'll be all right.
And by the way, I don't even want to hear about the Nebraska thing ever again. Don't bring it up.
No.
We're not going to talk about it.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. Okay, good. We're going to jump into the game. It is going to be probably a contention at the top rune spot. Looking at the way the lanes are set up, it is going to be Lakel's heading up top here. He's not going for that mid build. It's going to be my pro solely on his own merit. At least maybe Jabs will help him out a little bit, but it's going to be my pro up against Sanka here. Wind Ranger versus Quap, the classic matchup, and I said that without any sarcasm intended whatsoever. That is, in fact, a classic matchup.
Yeah, we've seen it go through many different metas, and the dynamics of that matchup pretty much unchanged.
My pro's going to get Rolling Boulder sniped by Proxy. The tether will come through, good 2-man stun. They'll find themselves the boundary room, but I don't know if it's that important. But look at that stun. He actually blinks out just in time. He skilled it up, and he got it and made it sure he was able to hightail it out of there. Masquerade Art. You know, he might not be so lucky. With only Iron Shell, he'll do some decent damage, but in the end, he's going to have to Fairy Fire to stay alive for only a moment longer, and Boom Bell will find himself first blood. And they do use a lot of mana for the CK, but in the end, they do get that kill, and I believe they also get the Bounty Rune as well.
Yeah, they burn burning the Fairy Fire to make sure that the first blood that goes to the Lion, not entirely a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing you could say is good for Darkseer. They are going to send up Proc to the top lane, and Boombell might actually die as quickly as he got that first blood. Good Earth Spike to save him for now. The Rolling Boulder Slow is up there. They have no Orb of Venom again. Oh, no, they do this time on Proxy. Boombell will make it out, and so a lot of pressure already being applied. The IO was mid for a while, and he was helping out against Sanka, who had to salve up after taking a lot of damage from MyPro. But it looks like the IO is rotating top, and Proxy will scout this.
Yeah, what's a solo offlaner?
I don't know.
Do those exist anymore?
Not anymore. I mean, maybe if you're Abba, but that's it. Everybody else in Dota 2 is playing dual aggressive off lanes or something. That's the hot
Dota.
thing. That's the hot thing. But we'll see how things turn up here. This top lane, I mean, like, he's got Surge now. He shouldn't die that easily. You have Proxy to help out as well with Rolling Boulder. Axe is not having a great time. He's already going to head to the jungle. He has no last hits. He's not even level 2 yet, and he's going to have to rely on getting some good spins in order to actually be able to get a level here. But guess what? Arn Bulor is going to make sure that doesn't happen and drops a Sentry for good measure right on top of it. And Axe is just like, this is a really bad start for Axe. It's really bad. Like, I'm sure safe lane and mid lane are going just fine, but the fact that your offlaner is getting literally nothing is never a good sign. But we'll see how things turn. All right, Proxy rotating back up. Abba as well as Jabs. They're together now, and Abba will finally hit 2, but that's not going to help him that much. Meanwhile, they're going to make a go. It looks like Boombell almost went down. Look at another snipe coming out from Proxy. He's hitting these rolling boulders. This guy's a true Earth Spirit player. Dead for 6 seconds is the line. Lakel's will get healed up by the IO. Now mid. Arn Bulor was sitting on top of MyPro. They used a Shadow Strike. They thought about going for the kill, but with Wind Run, it's hard to bring him down.
Axe?
He'll be all right. He's going to salve up, yeah. Can just get his Tranquil Boots and level 2 counter Helix. This is going to be fine. He's taking stacks, actually. Wow, there's a huge stack over here. If he gets Tranquils, yeah, that dies fast. For medium creeps with level 1 counter Helix, I feel like this is good. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. He's 10 last hits. He's doing pretty well for himself.
MyPro forced fairly far back, but looks to be trading fairly evenly with Quap early game.
Yeah, he's got that 2 CS advantage, which is nothing to really.
Nah, yeah.
It's not really much to talk about. Arnbuller dropped down that sentry, was waiting to see if the axe was nearby. Doesn't find him. The Observer World will scout the fact that he's over there. So what is happening essentially is that Retribution is getting free farm bottom. So if he wants to go Midas, he'll have it at a good time. Meanwhile, top lane, they will find a kill easily on Proxy. Earth Spirit does get brought down finally after finding a couple of snipes with his rolling boulders. So that's a good kill that Lakelz accelerates his farm with. So he's 5 CS behind, but in terms of net worth, he's right up there for the most part.
Now that's the big thing is that the Lifestealer has uncontested free farm, but only a 3 CS edge now, and that kill to the Chaos Knight puts him pretty much dead even.
And Retribution's still doing very well for himself. Not really missing any last hits, I don't think, at all. He's got 350 gold. He's got his phase boots now. The treads were picked up for the CK. It is a quiet game, but well, hold that thought as Proxy has found himself in a world of hurt. Another 3-second stun, and he's going to go down. This time, Jabs will be the one to pick up the kill. He is the IO player. They have switched it up. Boombell was playing it last game and maybe changing for the better, as he will pick up his kill and probably boots if he wants it. He's got a lot of gold, 700. We'll see.
Yeah, interesting that they changed up the Wisp as well as the CK in terms of players.
Yeah, I mean, it clearly wasn't working last game. That's one thing I can say for sure. They're setting up a gank mid with Boombelly sitting behind this tree here to avoid being scouted out. They have a courier flying over, delivering, I believe, boots for the Lion. Sanka is not going to walk up, and he has help nearby in multiple forms. Masquerade Art's a little too far away, but they do have Proxy, and that's going to the power shot will give vision though. So
they've sniffed this out, and Signature.Trust wisely decides to give up on it.
Yeah, they didn't take too much time for the Lion to be there. He's going to maybe leech some experience here, or just head straight back to top.
Right.
The biggest thing is going to come down to whose safe laner is going to die first, or whose mid laner is going to die first, because Retribution continues to farm freely. He's actually accelerating his farm. He's 9 CS ahead now of the CK rather than just the 5 that it was before.
And we're going to get to see that. We're going to get to see the answer to that Midas question that you brought up during the draft. It would be a ballsy decision in this game.
You know what I don't want to see from Retribution is the ratings build.
Oh, please no.
I don't like that decision, and I think a lot of people will go Tranquils if they do that. Or even just straight brown boots, so I don't know if he's going to go for that. But the Reality Rift, they're looking for the stun. It is a 4-second one. They have Earth Spike. Going to use it. Absolutely.
Nice.
Good boulder smash, but it's not enough. And they don't have the damage to bring down Lakelz. Lakelz is playing this right. I mean, he's getting these kills. He's getting these assists.
Yeah, after a pretty promising start, the top lane going pretty firmly the way of CK. Now with that Helm of Iron Will in toward the early armlet. And that was one of the things that we'll look for. That was one of the things that I felt set back my pro in that last game. That he had that armlet, good progress made. Ended up finishing it though at 14 minutes.
Yeah, it was. He had like a couple of components pretty early on, and he just died or he wasn't farming well. Speaking of that, Lakelz is going to get caught, and he's going to get 3-second stun off. They need an Earth Spike on Masquerade Art. Good boulder smash behind Shell. Oh, great Fairy Fire. The Hex will come out and keep Lakelz alive. He'll TP back home before any further damage can be done. He will stay alive. Boombell now showing that he's confident on Lion. This switch is really giving Signature.Trust a second wind, it looks like.
I love that item from a game balance perspective, but especially being a little bit rusty, I'm still not in the habit of checking for Fairy Fires in everybody's inventory.
Yeah. You forget about it, right?
I do.
Because it kind of looks like a GG branch to a certain extent sometimes. I always mistake the two. Well, not always, but...
Okay, that's a little weird.
Yeah, not always.
They don't look that much alike.
Not always. All right. Well, either way. Fairy Fire is used, keeps him alive. The CK is... He's going to miss out on some farm for sure, whereas the Nyx will only continue to accelerate. They did give top to the Axe for a bit, and still are doing so. He's level 6 now. Now they're going to jump in, and they're going to go for a kill on MyPro, but they're going to give him the tether and the overcharge, and he's got the win run up, and he's going toe-to-toe and takes down Sanka, looks for more. Proxy.
That's a DD win rate,
yeah, he's going to town. He gets himself a double kill.
Okay.
MyPro styling. Shackle shot latches on Armbuller. Give him that triple kill. He needs 2 more right clicks, and he gets it done. MyPro is styling. Meanwhile, top lane, they get the kill on the Darkster with Lakelz as well. 4 dead across the map, and the Lifestealer can only wonder what the hell is going on. Time to buy Midas.
Time to ping my team.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You know, we wondered coming into this game how Signature.Trust was going to respond to the adversity faced in the last match. They'd break this game open.
That is a gigantic swing. It was only like a 500 net worth advantage going the way of Signature.Trust up until that point. Now it's 2,000. I think 2,000 is still a decent bit early on in this game at 8 minutes. The Axe, he would have liked to have been involved, but he's quietly farming up his Blink Dagger as quickly as possible in the jungle. And it'll be there, but first they're going to find a smoke, which is also happening, or at least they're setting up for one top. 3-man smoke coming out from both sides. One will wrap around, the other will head straight on, and they're going to go for instead Sanka, whereas Mongolz is the target top lane. Who's going to get caught first?
Oh, what a
Great
shackle
shot from MyPro. I barely catch the tail end of it.
Yeah,
Abba will
Mongolz
take the kill with the
top.
Culling Blade. Mongolz is in some trouble. He will end up falling. That's the trade. In terms of stylish kills, it's definitely cooler for MyPro and Signature.Trust, but maybe it's a bit better for Mongolz considering that they're stifling the CK again.
I'm willing to call that, yeah, exactly. I'm willing to call that relatively new just because of the importance of shutting down the CK that we talked about a minute ago. You know, the objective is obviously hugely valuable, but you know, keeping that CK off his armlet, this is really when he is supposed to start making his impact felt. And the lifesteal lead is only increasing.
No, Jabs just finds himself walking into a world of hurt. That sucks. And it happens. All right, we got 15 seconds for the IO to be on the sideline. The Lifestealer continues to farm like crazy. His Midas and 1,000 gold. Abba. Yeah, he is. He's got Infest, though. I think he should have used it.
What?
He's going to try to go for, I don't know, a TP? Good hacks coming out from Boom Bell. That'll, I think, assuredly get them to kill. Dunk, see you later.
Yeah.
That's very big because that means that now Mongolz is farming. The Lifestealer is not. Still, Mongolz is a ways away from getting that armlet. He's a little closer, but...
Felt like an unforced error there, not to immediately infest.
Yeah, I think it was the Dyers, so they wouldn't be able to do anything to it until he walked it away, which it might have died anyways, but I think that would have been the smarter option.
And that's Blink for Axe.
That's good, considering how this game started for him. Abba continues to style and have a great series. A great 2 series, actually. And they're going to actually, I think, did they relocate for that? They did. They relocated top for Sanka. Signature.Trust are starting to come together. They're getting this kill advantage yet again. And they're going to continue to just, well, the Tier 1 tower was taken mid. Maybe we go for the Tier 1 tower down bottom. Oh, the Shackle Shout Retribution walks right into it. They need a blink call. They'll find it perfectly timed, but there's the Boulder Smash ready. No counter Helix procs coming out. Now, actually, Abba's in trouble. Rolling Boulder in. There's the Silence Infest inside. Proxy Infest out will do the damage. He has got Culling Blade, but they can't get it off. And now, well, MyPro at least gets the kill, but still might be in trouble. Magic Missile was used already. Here comes the Lion. He's got Finger. They might even turn this around. Boom Bell's going to get some help here momentarily. Or Spike onto Sanka. There's going to be the stun. 2 seconds. Phantasm Power Shot. Reality Rift in. There's the Hex up. He's got a haste rune, though, and now Mongolz is going to be going on to Boom Bell. Rage is done. No more Infest. He's so fast, though, with Phase. Can they get him? They have Reality Rift. He's in range. He's just out of range barely for Mongolz to chase him down. He's just not fast.
Got him!
What a power shot from MyPro. Sanka's here. Blinks forward, looking for it. Courier is being mismicroed in every which way. Now they're looking for more. They're going to find Proxy. He's got his armlet ready to go. Mongolz going to town. The stun comes out. Rolling Boulder away. Sonic Wave going and getting the kill for MyPro. But Sanka about to fall. The Spirit's getting one. Will it get 2? The Arc Charge might do the job. And it is going to be Jabs getting the double. He will fall to the tower in the Shadow Strike. When it's all said and done, though, Mongolz is alive through the entirety of that engagement. I'm pretty sure Sig.Trust barely get an advantage. If you look at the fight recap, I'm not even sure if this is all the kills, but they have an 100 gold advantage just about.
That's crazy. And that fight would have been entirely different at the end. Lion is furiously monitoring, trying to get, I think he was up to like 180 mana, close to Finger, doesn't quite have the mana from Finger. If he gets that off on the Queen of Pain toward the beginning, that is a totally different fight.
That's nuts. That was... I was talking about how it was pretty low-key at the beginning of the game. It escalated very quickly once we saw these smokes come out, once we saw these movements. The relocate, obviously, facilitating more movement around the map for Signature.Trust as Mongolz is going to invade the enemy jungle with the help of his buddy Jabs. But we will see a smoke mid from Mongolz and more than likely Infest Bomb onto Sanka.
Oh, sorry.
Here we go, and Axe is in trouble. He gets the call off nicely, but I don't think he'll stay alive through this. He's going to get right-click down. Retribution will find the kill, but now we have a fight. They relocate in. They've got 3 heroes here. Mongolz going to work. Sanka in trouble. Get the mech off, though, and now Mongolz is in trouble. They're going to have to wait for him to get relocated back out, but they're going to lose Jabs before they can do so. Mongolz is going to have to toggle to stay alive, and that's just not going to happen. They lost 3.
Oh, that is such a suspicious relocate.
Well, the Finger for Boom Bell gets the kill onto the Sanka, but I don't think that really matters. He's going to try to TP. No way you make it out. 4 dead. Yeesh.
I know Lion's just doing his job getting a trade there, but that relocate was not the play.
Maybe they thought they could save the axe. They're also fighting into mech now, by the way, for the Darkseer. That's the one thing that Signature.Trust don't have, I believe. They're not going to have it. Magic Missile's going to go. They get the shackle off, the vacuum back in. There's the boulder smash, the right click, good call, but they don't get the call onto Retribution, but the wind run's still allowing him to get away. There's the tether, gives him the move speed. They overcharge coming out as well. Everyone's low. The Spirit, great shackle shot, dunked 3 times. The triple kill from ABBA. Boom. He gets it done. What a shackle. Set that up. The Spirit's coming through, and they're chasing for more. They want a 4th. Can they get a 4th kill for ABBA? He'll try to TP out. They've got called. They'll get it. The shackle shot will come through. Use that culling blade. Use that culling blade. He's on the low ground. No, Mongolz. You didn't give him the ultra.
The hate for your teammate.
Either way, they'll head into Roche. They have the armlet. They have armor reduction with the Chaos Strike. They'll get the call off. They have the Maelstrom with use of focused fire. And, well, one after another, we have these team fights swinging back and forth, peaks and valleys, if you will. It's a nuts game, but it looks like Signature.Trust, they're at least in okay bit of control, especially after this Roshan. I don't know.
Still nowhere near a huge advantage.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the Lifestealer has that Midas, so even if he dies, he's still accelerating his farm. The CK doesn't have that advantage. He's already got his Sans recipe. I mean, it's not much, but he's clearly building into that next item. Mongolz has 1,500. He just bought, I think, an Ogre Club. Now it's actually a Blade of Alacrity. Perhaps for a meta would be interesting, but we'll see. There's a chance that's the case. What about everyone else? The Wind Ranger, she's more of the hero that'll be on par with the Lifestealer in terms of farm with Power Shot, with Maelstrom.
Right.
I think she's the one you need to look out for.
Yeah, she's got that point booster, which really helps with her survivability. I mean, Maelstrom, pretty much most pros that I've seen recently going Maelstrom Blink, but I actually like the Ags here.
ABBA's about to break the smoke. He'll blink out and avoid the gank. And knowing this, and Boombell's in the tree line, he probably just TP's out. And he's control pinging himself like, I am not safe here. Actually, I think he's saying, run to me. We could take this fight, is what he's saying. They're looking for a call. Oh, my Lord. If he was just a second closer. He's about to find a 2-man call, and he'll get it done. Jumping in, though, there's the Infest Bomb. They will bring down 1. Sonic Wave on top, though. They'll bring down 2 for Signature.Trust. MyPro looking for Sake. Blinks away. Lakel's chasing after Retribution. There's the stun. No more rage. Down for 6 seconds. There's a 4-second stun. They have the damage. The Shackle Shot coming in. Retribution will fall. The 2-for-2 trade. Lakel's is low. They will pick up the kill onto MyPro. This is not looking good. Sanka's actually doing a lot of the work on the backside. Now Proxy's going to get caught with another stun. The tether, the overcharge is doing some work, and Sanka's going to try to get the kill on Jebs. He's going to have to blink away. They finally get the kill. It turns into a 4-for-4. Lakel's gets a triple kill. Sanka getting involved there as well. That looked a lot worse at the end there for Mongolz than it really was.
Wait, is Queen of Pain building Blade Mail? I'm drunk.
I think she is.
I'm drunk. That can't possibly be right.
Let me look up Broadsword and see if there's anything else you could buy with that, because I'm pretty sure there isn't.
Okay.
I can't even find it in the shop. That's how I am. Unless she's really wanted to get that Chrysalis into a Bloodthorn, but
yeah, that would make more sense than my Blade Mail.
I mean, yeah, but nope, she's going Blade Mail. She just bought a Chain Mail.
Oh my God.
So there's that.
All right.
This is the new meta.
No. I'm fairly sure it's not.
You're very, very sure about that.
I'm fairly sure it's not.
We'll see.
I'm fairly sure that your 1.2k HP Queen not going to get the value you want out of that item.
You're probably right.
Scans go off. Yep.
The scan will scout that MyPro is in the vicinity. They should know that something is being set up, and Mongolz are actually kind of baiting it out to a certain extent. I mean, nobody's in lane anymore. I thought Proxy was baiting out the Quap, but that's not actually the case. Maybe they're looking for Lakel's. Abba's going to go and find a blink on the Vengeful Spirit, but this is maybe not the best fight. Great back wall. They get the mech off in time as well. The Magnetize on top of it, and looks like Signature.Trust is in trouble. They've lost 3, including the Aegis. Suddenly, a vac wall turns into disaster, and they're looking for more. Jabs, great relocate out. I don't even know how that worked. He tethered him right at the last second. He got just the tail end of the tether. They'll keep Lakel's alive. They will lose Jabs almost assuredly. See you later. Spirits did a lot of damage at the very least. Nice. That's the scary thing. That's the fight potential that you have for Mongolz.
Yeah.
Magnetize, you can never count out an Earth Spirit, especially now with a Veil of Discord.
Well, and you saw last game how well they're executing those wombo combos.
Yeah, that's Signature.Trust. They don't have that same level. They can't quite take that wombo combo. They can't dish it out themselves either. They just have to farm and hope that they get good fights. I mean, the Axe is getting like 1 or 2 main calls. Now has his blade mail done as the cosmetic for it, which is why it looks weird.
That drives me crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that again? Oh yeah, blade mail. I keep thinking it's Vanguard sometimes, but
You've got a lifesteal around coming.
they're looking for somebody, and they're going to find very easily Boombell. He's a very squishy hero. It's a lion. But they're going to try to turn this in Sanka. A 3-man stun or 3-second stun. How can they not bring him down? He's got the urn on him. He's trying to bottle up, and he looks like he might TP away, and they don't know that he's there. They will get the call in Retribution. If they bring him down, then it's worth it for sure. But they could have gotten both, which is unfortunate for them. My Pro will get closer and closer to his Axe now. He's actually just 1 component away with 1,000 in the bank currently. Okay. Relocate. They're going to try to do it in front. Got to go right on top of Armbuller.
Not sure that I like to relocate for Soul Avenge.
I think it's fine. It kills a kill. It's only down for 79 seconds. They're not going to... I don't think Mongolz are going to play so aggressively. Well, he almost gets shackled top lane, which would have been bad, but... I have no idea, honestly. I'm starting to lose it. We're getting to that point in time
where we are getting to that point in the night.
It's like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., roughly 5:36 a.m. Pacific time. Running on 5 hours of sleep a long time ago, and they're going to find another hero down bottom. It's going to be Proxy again going down. He gets the silence off on the jab, but that's not going to do much. And Lakel's, he's accelerating his farm now. He's got his full Manta style. He gets these kills, that's going to help him out. So it's Manta versus SNY on the Lifestealer. Not to mention he's a full item ahead because, of course, he has the Midas. So it's not much. It's about 1,000, but it's still something.
No, but I mean, you subtract about 2K net worth because that Midas is not doing you that much good in the fight.
Right, that's true. I mean, the thing is they have the Infest Bombs, which are doing more than enough with the back wall combo into a Magnetizer or something. It comes down, again, to avoiding that perfect team fight for Mongolz. It's easier said than done for Lakel's. He's picked up his Manta style. We'll see what they can do with this. He's going to arm the toggle Manta Phantasm and hope he can get a bonus illusion on top of that, and that's just so tough to deal with. You could pretty much 1v5 anybody if you can get that going. It is now a Vitality Booster. Stout Shield has been put into his stash, whether he wants a Vanguard. Maybe we'll see if that's the case. He already has a Blade Mail for the Axe. Smoke of Deceit comes out for Mongolz with the Infest Bomb ready to go. They're all 5 there, and they're looking for a target. Will they turn their attention towards mid with Lakel's, and they're going to go for the back line instead, and maybe not even find anybody.
Lakel, and they turn right around, and they know where they are.
Proxy walks up. Jump in, Infest out. Jab's going to be the first of all. They drop the wall, not the greatest. They could still turn this and try to fight if Signature.Trust are willing. Now they get off the re-outer with the Phantasm. They've taken down 2.
Goodness.
The damage is absurd. Now they get the call off into Proxy. It's going to be a 3rd as well. 3 for 2 trades so far. TP out from MyPro. He's actually going to cancel and look for Retribution. He's going to Shackle Shot, not latch it up, and he's going to pop the Rage in and go for the open wounds. This is troublesome. He's going to get that kill. The call doesn't come in time, but still they will find at least this kill. It'll be a 4 for 3 trade. They could have kept MyPro alive if they got there a second earlier with the Axe, but Lakel's gets a triple kill, and he continues his investment upwards. His skyrocketing money. As he had a double damage rune also on top of that, I think, at least at the beginning, or I should have been at the beginning of the fight. Sanka avoids the Chaos Bolt. He had just barely enough mana left for 1 blink, and that was it.
At the end of the day, big win there for Signature.Trust. Their 3 cores continue to farm fairly well.
This is the difference. I feel like the 2 cores they had were better than just the 1 core they had the other game.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I say that with CK being like one of the same cores, but I like Wind Ranger instead of a Slardar. And obviously, you know, you would have liked to see it would do so for Lakel's, but you need to give your teammates some farm for sure.
Yeah, and I think Axe this game is going to end up scaling pretty well. I think he's going to have less of a problem keeping up in farm than the CK did in the last game.
And late game comes around, he'll be able to get Abyssal with that Vanguard already done.
Right.
So more lockdown, especially through Magic Community of the Lifestealer, or just the annoying Quap who can blink everywhere. Now going Aghanim Scepter, which is a fine choice. For Mongolz being behind, and it's not even by that much, they are playing very aggressively. They're getting vision down in the enemy jungle, and they're pushing back Signature.Trust. It feels like they don't even have a lead at this point.
Well, I mean, this is the position that we saw them playing from the last game. They said we have a strong team fight lineup. We need to be the ones dictating the terms of engagement. Simple as that.
Here we go. It's the same kind of initiation, and Proxy's going to look for Lakelz. He's maybe in some trouble. He's got Manta. He's going to get relocated out. They're going to reset the fight. Sanka was looking for an initiation. Will they go on this? It looks like they will. MyPro's going to walk up. Sanka is Invis. He's got an Invis rune. Ruben Payne's going to go. He's in trouble. MyPro will be the first to fall back wall, but it's actually not much. They get off the mech as well. Now they get off a beautiful reality rift, but it's not enough. They get up their own mech, of course, coming out from Mongolz side, but Masquerade Art getting chopped down by Lakelz. Still 1-for-1 exchange. Crazy fights. Abba getting chewed up by Retribution. He's trying to TP out. He will be able to make it away. And they avoid, again, another stun from Sanka. Proxy's going to try to TP out Reality Rift. The damage is not there from Lakelz.
Man.
Another 2-for-2 exchange.
I'm telling you, these crisp by Chaos Knight in the fight. He's 2 shots, Ben, to the previous engagement. Gets another big one there.
Yeah, the thing about the supports is that they're going to die quickly, but
Right.
It feels so crazy. These fights are all over the place. Ab is fighting the Lifestealer. MyPro is going down to Sanka. There's just chaos ensues, and maybe we might see Roche for Signature.Trust to put them in a position that's a little bit more stable.
This is not without its risks.
For
Mongolz
sure.
have all 5 heroes coming up. You still got 15 seconds on the Wind Ranger.
They're going to go for it. They pick up a double damage rune.
Oh, that's going to help.
They're thinking about it. They're waiting for the Wind Ranger, I think. But there's no vision here for the Radiant team at all.
Let's surf haste runes, guys. Those are clearly the most imbalanced rune to do.
Yeah, well. If only. Double damage rune is really good in this situation, but he's not using it. They're waiting. They're going to probably go for a smoke when they get back. How does he not have his Ags yet? Man, MyPro, again, falling off after having a real good early game. That sucks. An Ags Focus Fire would just provide him, I think, enough damage at this point. He's almost level 16 too, so the damage reduction is not even there. 0% at max level with an Aghanim Scepter. Lakel's taking all the farm again, guys. What a greedy bastard. They're going to head to Roche, though, and they might trade their tier 2 top for this, or just some farm, but that's probably it. Abba's going to head in and start tanking it up, but this should fall quickly, and this will give MyPro close enough to get his Aghanim Scepter. But still very close game. Mongolz, it's hard to believe that they struggled so much through the group stage with the way they're playing right now.
No kidding. Maybe Signature.Trust feel like it's a little bit of bad luck that they finally decided to come to play it, but I'll take it. What an entertaining series.
This has been fun. Non-stop fun. Wind Ranger has picked up an Aghanim Scepter now. Finally, he actually got enough from that Roche kill. Abba is kind of baiting top. There's going to be the Armlet SNY Desolator build that we've seen a lot on Lifestealer, which I'm fine with. They're backing together as a team, though. They don't want to fight this just yet. Retribution and Masquerade.
I'm fine with it, but I almost expected to see a Maelstrom out of just some way to deal with the CK loop.
Right, because they don't have any way to deal with it at all, do
Right.
they? They have, what, I guess it's the Sankey Sonic Wave coming out from the Queen of Pain. The damage over time from Iron Shell, the magnetized from the Earth Spirit. I don't know. Armor reduction, who knows? I honestly have no idea how you deal with the illusions from CK, especially now that he's going to have a heart here in like 600 gold.
Yeah, in this game with their lineup, I'm not sure you do.
Ah, man. It's again going to be that team fight initiation, and they're on the high ground. They're setting it up. Guess who's sneaking around? Oh, look at that ward placement. Oh, look at the call on it too as well. The Earth Spike's going to fly. The swap back, the relocate in, but it's only the Wisp. They get the wall down. It's actually one dead for Signature.Trust already. The Phantasm. The mech comes through. Somehow this is actually going really well for Mongolz. They get one out. They get the kill at least on the Vengeful Spirit. Reality Rift in. Sanka again will just blink away. Chaos Knight having the Aegis kind of wanted to expend it there. Sonic Wave, the Vac Wall, all of that damage.
After all that, 1 for 2.
And I don't understand how that doesn't go better for them. I guess it was a great swap. It must have been. And it stopped Sanka from doing anything, and then he gets swapped back, and he's completely fine.
I mean, Signature.Trust were in a pretty good position in that fight. It really is starting to remind me a lot of the previous games.
I think Signature.Trust aren't as concerned as last game. I don't think they were ever concerned last game. I think they just happened to lose. But
yeah, I mean the big difference is just CK's power curve gets really steep right now when he finishes his heart. Yeah, he
Oh
almost.
my lord. Retribution almost died.
Oh no.
He's alright though.
Stop be doing that.
So, what is the net worth graph looking like? How's it even? 3 of the top 4 are, I guess it's even with the quap there, but. Uh-oh. Masquerade Art in trouble. Chop will go through. Reality ripped in. Mongolz still has that Aegis and a heart, by the way, and Proxy will find himself dead. And they relocated in the IO. The tether came through. They slowed up at least the Vengeful Spirit. And look, they're going to find 3 here.
Oh.
None of the important cores will go down. It's just a Darkseer and 2 supports. But still, that is a triple kill for an Axe that they didn't really need to give farm to, not to mention there's more room for the rest of the map to be opened up to take farm to push.
Yeah, they're pinging the bottom tower. They're going to want to try and defend that objective as Mongolz. Looks like Signature.Trust a little bit reluctant to commit too hard to the push.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're already, the IO is backing
go back
up.
and yeah, they're going to go back and get the creep wave.
And I think my pro as well is like I don't have everything. I'm not full HP. I've got 1,600 gold in the bank. I can wait for another item. It'll be a while, but he can get it done. Mongolz is going to go ahead and walk up and start chucking down these creeps. And they can defend here, especially if they just TP in.
Yeah.
I think Mongolz might not even just go for it. He's got to pressure this a little bit. They're going to glyph, and he's going to back probably. Maybe not, because they have everybody with the exception of my pro Wind Ranger. I guess they're okay with just letting that go. No defense coming out. Mongolz not looking to try to play too hard. Blade Mail Quap. I don't know if
I have been racking my brain over that item as we've been sitting here trying to think about. Have you seen it really affect a fight that much?
I can't really tell usually. Masquerade Art is, well, he's going to give some counter helix procs up. They already break down my pro. Now it's going to be the Darkseer going down before he can get off his back wall. They're looking for more relocates going to go in, and they're going to try to find Sanka. There's the TP out from Proxy, and Sanka's up to the high ground. And again, they just miss on a lot of these kills. Earthspike hits on a Retribution, but he finds it himself in Invis Rune, luckily enough. He wanted Boom Bell, I think, probably, but he's not going to find it. Retribution, if he had...
Oh, do we have vision?
They do not have a gem or anything. They have no detection. If only. Abba will TP out, and they'll leave the 2 supports for the Lifestealer's shoot toys. But they do have Mongolz pushing the tier 2 tower. My pro, still dead for 27. Good tether, but Jabs is in trouble. The next going to come out. The Infest does not get the kill. Good Hex. The Reality Rift. There's going to be a stun momentarily. Earthspike might go. Great Sonic Wave. They actually get the swap back, and they save his life. They get the kill in the process on the line. The open wounds and now it's time to TP. There's the Rolling Boulder, and he's going to live just barely in the base.
Oh, my goodness.
The Magic Missile was in flight and would have stopped the TP, but he is able to get out at the end.
All right, you need every inch of that heart.
This game is too hot to handle.
Boy, and Mongolz just pushing out the mid lane. You got 2 heroes down. We're at least going to take tier 2.
We saw this last time. Even at the end of the game when they had nothing really. And they just went for it. Signature.Trust are just... If I were them, I'd be angry that I just can't... Like, they're winning so many fights. And they just can't...
Can't close.
They can't get anything done with it.
Coffee's for closers, man. You got to figure out a way to turn those wins into gains on the other side of the map.
And they not to mention they could be even worrying about the next game that they should theoretically have to play if they win this game, but if that's in the back of their mind, then they're already in trouble to begin with.
Exactly.
You need to be focused on the game at hand here. And I'm sure they are, but there's always a little inkling. Really, Mongolz have just been playing well. I mean, they picked a great lineup. They've had good team fight initiations. Retribution's farmed and done a good job like he's done last game. It's a very hard carry to deal with. The lockdown is, I mean, the armlet provides the armor. He's got plenty of damage coming in. He's got plenty of HP. It's so difficult to deal with this Lifestealer. You can almost even somehow kill the CK easier sometimes. Not with the heart now, but, I mean...
No, I mean, at the end of the day, Chaos Knight's power curve, as we were talking about, he finishes his AC right here. He's almost at peak.
Yeah, but I feel like late game CK is still very strong.
Right.
I mean, if you get off good Phantasm, you can kite him around, you can deal with the illusions, and maybe that's a way to deal with the hero in general. But we're going to see some sort of fight here. Oh, that again, is a little off the mark, I think. They back up nonetheless.
So obviously the Lifestealer chooses to go ahead and KB, deal with the Wind Ranger. Don't necessarily have to worry about evasion coming out from the CK all that soon, although Halbert is a sort of semi-common choice.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, my pro does have the Force Staff now, which means that if he gets open wounded on, he can force away. I mean, there are obviously disables against him. They're going to smoke up, by the way, and they're going to just run straight down top lane, I think.
That's a good play.
Can we see a fight that goes into Signature.Trust's favor? Or is this going to just turn into nothing? Sanka is going to jump in. No, he's going to get jumped on. Rather, 4-second stun, but he can get swapped back, and it looks like he will. Back wall now. They've jumped into a bad spot. Naba's going to stay alive. They've already lost the line, however. Sonic Wave comes through. The Magnetize is going to work. They'll blow up at least Proxy after he gets it off. MyPro just chewed down, unfortunately, by that Lifestealer. And Mongolz are doing enough, actually. They're going to win this fight. Mongolz is running with low HP. He's got his armlet. He can toggle it. He's healing up with the heart. Retribution really wants this kill. He's phasing up. He's got his rage. He's trying to get to Mongolz. He's got open wounds at the ready. And Mongolz is in trouble. Getting the True Strike Bash. There's the owl. He's going to try to relocate it and save his friend. But that's not going to happen, sadly. Jeez. And they're going to get another kill. Is this actually going to happen? Is Sig.Trust?
Once again, 1 step forward, 2 steps back for Signature.Trust.
Great counter initiations. This Vengeful Spirit swap has been ready every time. Tether up into the high ground. Open Wounds comes out. Abba is going to be the one to get caught by Retribution. He blinks away. Another TP. They buy back on the CK. Can they get anything done with it?
Oh, they have to right now.
They invest inside into the Queen of Pain. They can't even find the Lifestealer.
Oh, no.
And they're nowhere close to getting Sanka.
A clean disengage after that buyout. And now AC just feels forever out of reach.
Yeah, that's a huge change in momentum. That is a 4,000 net worth advantage for Mongolz. The numbers don't matter at this point. The numbers don't. It does not matter. What matters is that they won a huge fight, a momentum killer for Signature.Trust. Signature.Trust have to buy back on their most important hero at this point in time in the CK. MyPro is not providing anything to these fights because he dies to the Lifestealer in 5 seconds, and this Axe is not getting the calls in order to win the game. They need 5-man calls pretty much in order for them to actually win. Otherwise they get rolling bouldered on, they get swapped back, they get vacuumed up. This game seems very difficult for Signature.Trust.
Yeah. I mean, Axe, I don't know, it just feels like they don't quite have the right chemistry with the lineup.
I mean, maybe it's something they decided to try. Like, okay, I don't know if you decided to try Axe as a last game resort.
No, I mean, obviously, tons of teams talking about Axe right now. Probably the most universally agreed upon new good hero in this patch.
He was good before, he's good now. Roche is up. They might want to tank it with him. MyPro he just needs to live, man. He needs to stay alive somehow. I don't know how it's going to happen. Aegis probably would help that. If she's to with this Roche. Even with a Mongolz contention, they're not going to get there in time. I don't think. That is an Aghanim Scepter, though, for an Earth Spirit, which is ridiculous. Take somebody out of the fight altogether, why don't you?
As if they didn't have an easy enough time defending high ground the last game.
They will take the Aegis, though. Shiva's Guard up for the Darkseer, and now a Hex for Sanka. That's the next tier of items coming out for pretty much both teams, but because of the buyback coming out for Mongolz, he's put back a little bit on that AC, as you had mentioned. MyPro with 2,100 now, and she's ready to go.
Yeah, but he's now not catching up to the Lifestealer anytime soon.
The Midas.
The Lifestealer's got his attack speed item on the way, be it AC, be it Moon Shards.
I think it's probably AC.
Yeah, I would assume that it would be. Especially considering, by now he knows that CK is building one.
Yeah, he sees the play mail. He's like, well, we could use some armor reduction.
Yeah, I don't think CK is building Shiva's a Lotus Orb.
Retribution almost walks by Boombell. He's, in fact, about to do so. Hex. No, that's not the play.
No.
That's not the play.
Oh.
He died very quickly.
Ouch.
It's time to leave Signature.Trust. You know that.
Yeah, why are you still...
Proxy's fishing for stuns. That boulder smash came kind of close to hitting Mongolz.
This is not the percentage play.
Signature.Trust are slowly falling apart before our eyes, I feel like.
I am worried about the same thing.
Like, they have
top tower is under attack.
every reason to be able to take this game and to go into at least a tiebreaker with Execration. They just can't find the way to deal with it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe they've already made the
they-
tiebreaker with Execration. I'm pretty sure that's not the
Dire's
case,
top
though.
tower has fallen.
I do not believe that to be the case, and Signature.Trust find themselves all dealing with a high ground push yet again.
There's the AC coming out for the Life Stealer. Yeah, they're ready to go now. They've got just about everything other than the Aegis. They probably wait 5 minutes and go again.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm trying to figure out a way for Signature.Trust just to wrest control back of this game, because this is the second straight game where they felt like they had a pretty broad win condition.
I'd agree. And well, unfortunately, they're not really doing much with it. It just seems as if I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's really the Teamfight Ultimates that have been.
Yeah.
It's been MyPro not getting anything done. It's been the Teamfight Ultimates. MyPro goes for another damage item instead of a survivability mobility item like a Blink or BKB. Not that that would have saved him. A Ghost Scepter maybe even better against the Life Stealer. But there's so much that he has to deal with that he's just like, I think I just go damage. But realistically, I think Blink is the best possible choice for MyPro in this situation. He's a cheese, so I guess he can kind of get away with not having that. But for Mongolz, they just need pretty much one or two good more team fights, or two good team fights, and I think they'll be in a good spot. I mean,
I just feel like Signature.Trust needs to make a plan and go with it right now. It just felt for so long in the previous game and now in this one that Mongolz are just going to be the ones forcing the action.
I mean, when it comes down to it, like a 5 to 6 illusion, or however many illusion CK is going to crush
Dire's bottom
if
tower
you can
is
let
under
him just
attack.
reign free over this entire game. The problem is that Sanka is constantly blinking out on it every 5 seconds.
here we
Retribution
go.
is just
Dire's
raging every
bottom
time.
tower is under attack.
And they're going to smoke up, and they're going to miss out, it looks like, just barely on an engagement. MyPro's smoke has been scouted out. Everyone is already backed away from Mongolz. There's a couple of observer wards in the vicinity. MyPro has been scouted, so they know that they're probably smoked up. They're not anywhere on the map. Not that there's any vision for the Radiant team, except for over towards this top river area.
No real big items going out. We talked about the sheep stick on the Queen of Pain.
Well, yeah, but this is a big
Been
fight that's
there.
about to break out. Abba, and there's the swap back. That's not available anymore. Jump in, call onto 3. Is this going to be the fight? But he's isolated. They've actually got a vacuum on the other side. This is not good now for Signature.Trust. The Magnetize has dropped. So is the wall. 2 already dead, and Kells has to do it again all on his own. MyPro. He was relocated away, and Lakells is getting chunked down. He's got Aegis, yes, but they've done no damage, really, to anybody on Mongolz' side. Axe will buy back. He doesn't have bots. He's going to TP to the Tier 2 tower, but they've already lost the IO. Retribution, and Lakells going toe-to-toe. There's the Hex up, and Signature.Trust are falling apart. It was a great call. It was a great call, but it's just not good enough as they had everything at the ready. MyPro goes down again. Signature.Trust are really just about to be eliminated because there is no buyback for a long time for Signature.Trust and Lakells. This probably is Rax, as they will only have 2 to maybe 3 heroes up to defend. I can't believe it. They can't. Mongolz has got a 2-0 Sig.Trust and knocked them out of the tournament. That's unbelievable.
I don't believe it. Given the Dota that we've seen before this, given how well Signature.Trust has played to get to this point.
Execration may be jumping for joy right now.
Oh, it should be.
Assuming whatever we've read or seen about the group stage is correct.
And this is what this is why they play the games. They have to resort to that cliche, but a lot of people out there acting like we know which teams are the good teams right now. I don't know.
Signature.Trust was one of my favorites to go through and maybe take down TNC.
Not just you.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were thinking Signature.Trust was up there. Lakells, they're just missing that component, whatever it is. They're going to find a swap back and easy pickup onto Japs.
This could be it.
The CK-IO combo has been proven to not work for this squad, at least in this particular series. They're going to lose 2 sets of racks. They can't get the third, but they're instead going to go straight for the Tier 4s, and this should be it. Signature.Trust are going to have to give whatever they've got here, and unless they want to get defeated. Mongolz, they're going to play spoiler unbelievably. Signature.Trust, you can't imagine how much frustration they're feeling at this point in time. But the glyph comes out, they don't want to GG at the very end, and right now the Ancient's being hit up. There's the vacuum. It's going to be a wall into Boom Bell. They get the Crimson Guard. Sonic Wave will bring him down. MyPro is going to get open wounded. MKB chopped down by Retribution. The GG is called, and Signature.Trust is done. That's it. Mongolz will 2-0 them. And Execration will move on in the groups or into the playoffs, of this particular tournament.
God.
The SCA qualifiers. If you had asked Nahaz and I at the beginning of this series, is Signature.Trust moving on, we would have told you absolutely.
We would have been polite and not laughed at you.
But, man.
But at the end of the day, this is just flat out outplay by Mongolz. I really don't, you can question the CKI Open all you want, but I don't really feel this was a drafting issue. I feel at the end of the day, Signature.Trust had windows, they had advantages, particularly in game one, but to some extent also in this game, they just weren't able to execute.
And now we have our top four at the very least. I can't even really wrap my head around this, but it is going to be TNC as well as Execration moving up from the Group A, as well as Mineski and Tearing from Group B. So,
yeah, nobody can say they hadn't earned it. I mean, both teams in that last series, Execration and Signature.Trust, put up great efforts in those two games.
I can't believe not only did they lose the first game in such a fashion, but to just get trounced by Mongolz 42 minutes in with Retribution on the Lifestealer. So much good team play. If there's one thing you could take away from this series, is that Mongolz, if they stay together, should have a bit of a brighter future in the SEA region. Maybe they didn't perform as they would have liked. They had tied a series, I believe, with Rave. They had lost to pretty much everybody else. But against Signature.Trust, they showed their true colors. So you got to give a big shout out to this squad, I think, Nas.
That's SEA. It's high volatility Dota, man. Any of these teams could play winning Dota on a given day.
And that's like much like that of American Dota, which is going to be coming up next year in a little while down the road, of course. We've got a couple hours break. I'll be doing a couple of the games, or at least one of them with Merlini, and then I'll be done, I think, for the majority of the rest of the event. I'll be on the panel a little bit. But, of course, we are here on BTS3. My name is Mon. I'm joined today by Nahaz. Any closing shout-outs or anything before we get out of here?
Shout out to sleep.
Yes, shout out to sleep indeed, dear God. All right, we're going to see you all later. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you next time.